Now we're moving on to something that me and Krupa have been talking about this week, and that is characters we hate in TV shows
in real life
that we love. So I think I don't know if I got you watching Friday Night Lights, but I did. Okay, yeah,
big time.
So I got you watching Friday Night Lights, which I love. It's one of my favorite shows, and you destroyed it in about 6 days.
I had a week off work. That's basically what I did with a week off work. Got a lot of time off to take.
You didn't book a holiday, you just phoned in sick.
It's just not feeling very well. Yeah, I watched it all in about 2 weeks. Yeah. It's about 5 seasons, all on Netflix.
Brilliant.
If you don't care about American football, I don't really care about American football. I don't even know the rules.
You do now.
For me.
Yeah. I am into it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of independent of that. It's about life in this small American town, which is made crazy by high school football.
Yeah.
These kids are treated like, professional athletes, which is weird. Like 16, 17-year-olds, like revered. They're like celebrities in their little town.
Exactly,
and it's really good. Yeah, and I love Coach.
Yeah, well, I mean, played by Kyle Chandler. Like he's such a good character.
He's a man. Like you want to be more like him as a man.
Yeah, definitely.
I think. You think like. He's a great leader of men. There
was a bit last because you were talking about it all the time. I've started rewatching it, and there was a bit last night where he's talking to one of the main. I think he's talking to the running back, who's one of the stars, and he's having like a really like earnest chat with him, and then he gives him a little smile, and you're like, oh my god, imagine getting that smile, because
he doesn't give he encourages people. He doesn't give much praise, but his little phrases like that, a little smile, it's like, oh, it means a lot.
Did you never have like a teacher like that in school that was quite reserved, but then every like tiny little appreciation you were just like, it meant so much?
I had Welsh teachers, so like Welsh people find it very hard to be reserved, I think. With Welsh people, you pretty much
fiery.
What you see is what you get with Welsh people.
Okay.
So I didn't really get any of that. But the thing that I've noticed about Friday Night Lights, and this is what we've been talking about, is as much it is generally one of my favourite series, and there's some of my favourite characters in TV in there, it's also got some of the worst characters on telly in it.
Oh, it does.
Like, I've actually found myself skipping through like any bit. So this is what we've been talking about. So how rubbish characters almost spoil your favorite TV show for you, and like some of them have actually stopped. So with Friday Night Lights, the worst character in it is Jason Street. Like, he is not spoilers, but in the first episode something big happens to him that's pretty bad, and he's dealing with that throughout the rest of the series, and it's
almost like with that, like, again, I'm gonna tiptoe around it.
Yeah,
it's almost like they wanted the drama of having that in the first episode.
That's right, and then
they're like, oh god, now we're hampered with this. They've
got to deal with it.
We've got to work through this for 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons. It's like, we can't just get rid of him.
No,
but we want that moment.
Yeah,
so it's almost like.
Do you know what? I've started. So yeah, also Lila, his girlfriend as well, is one of the worst characters in it. Like, I've genuinely started because I was sitting there going, oh, this is so annoying. But I was like, why am I watching this? I'm fast forwarding through this.
Okay, so the Coach bits.
Like, yeah, I just
gets a bit with Saracen.
Yeah. Super cut of just Coach motivating you.
Actually, that'd be amazing.
But I've
the
just
Coach
Coach
just
cut. Like
I've just been fast forwarding through all the scenes. Night. Yeah, I've just been fast forwarding through every single one of the scenes. So as soon as like Street comes on, like,
what's that? Is that your Netflix machine?
Yeah.
That's not how
I watch
work.
Netflix on my Wii U, so yeah, it is kind of. They make all crazy kinds of noises. But yeah, have you got any characters that you hate in TV shows you love?
I do actually. So Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Ooh.
Love it. I hated Marie Schreider.
Oh yeah, she's terrible.
Oh my god, it's just, there's so much good, really interesting stuff and so many conflicting characters in that show.
Oh man,
and then it just cuts to her,
she's
and
terrible.
she's at an open house stealing things.
Oh yeah, her shoplifting thing was just disgusting. It was so annoying.
Just garbage trash.
Yeah.
It was so.
I've completely suppressed that.
Yeah.
And it took up a lot of screen time. Like her weird troubles that were so unnecessary.
Incidental to the actual.
Absolutely.
It's really annoying when they do like a lot of series do this where they have a character and they're like, oh shit, we don't actually know what to do with this person, but
a great example of that.
But they're like, season 3, we need to give him something to do. Like, it happens all the time. So you see, like in Mad Men, in Mad Men, Betsy, Don Draper's wife, who becomes ex-wife, then they're like, we got nothing to do with her. Give her an eating disorder. Like, just give her that. Like in Girls, like Lena Dunham's character, like from out of nowhere in one of the series, she's got OCD. Like, never mentioned before ever, and then all of a sudden,
I think that's actually
OCD.
a thing with like long-running shows that have multiple characters.
Yeah,
obviously the writers, there are core characters where it's like, these are the ones where we're going to have drama.
Yeah,
if it's just that, the show might feel thin. What we're going to do with these additional supporting characters, and they always get lumbered with the same kind of storylines: eating disorder,
kleptomania.
I'm not trying to be like frivolous, but like sexual assault is one that really bad. It gets thrown around as kind of an incidental plot line. It happens in a lot of shows. They just chuck it in. Happens in Friday Night Lights. They throw it in, and actually, you don't really want to tackle this issue, I don't think, in a real meaningful way, because it's not like your core characters.
It's lazy,
you're doing it as a bit of sensational filler. So, but talking about like characters the show doesn't know what to do with AJ from Sopranos.
He's on my list.
AJ from Sopranos. Don't know what to do with him, because for too long, like, initially works well that he's so young. But then when he grows up, it's like he's too young to get involved in the family business. He's too much of a prat to actually care about. He's just moody. And like, while that might be accurate and it's supposed to like rile Tony that his kid's just this waster, it's actually really boring to watch him.
It's really annoying. And the reason that I think that is annoying is because he's already got that in Chris Moltisanti, so his nephew. So Chris is meant to be this person who's like holding Tony back, and he's just like, oh, like I'm trying to move forward with things, and you're just like a weight on me, and that's dealt with quite a lot. But then not only does he have Chris's sort of drug use and stuff like that, then he has to deal with like AJ's like fake depression, and it's like, that's the same thing. It's the same. Those things exist for the exact same reasons to rile up Tony, and it's just so annoying. But AJ's definitely on my list as well. I've got a couple in Luther. Like Luther, I thought it was like, I loved the first series, but there's two characters in there. Is DS Justin Ripley, who was played by Warren Brown. He's like the sort of guy who's assigned to Luther.
It's the right drip.
Oh, he's terrible. And the DSU Rose Teller, who plays like Saskia Reeves. She's like the chief. And she's like, I take no nonsense from you. And she's like, oh God, she's just awful. Like really, really bad. They've taken like a stereotypical chief that would be black if it was an American show, and they've just made it into this like horrible, like almost like a budget, prime suspect, basically. Like it's just awful. And it completely spoiled the show for me. I've stopped watching it because of those people. Yeah,
that's bad. That's really bad.
And
that's
also,
really
I stopped watching Dexter.
Imagine if you were that person. That you found out that you stopped watching the show because of me.
I don't think she would care.
She listens.
Well, God. But I stopped watching Orange is the New Black because of Piper, like the main character. She's like the worst thing. Like, and I couldn't
get into it. I watched 2 episodes of that show, and I was like, I don't think this is for me. I don't think this is my thing. I didn't really like it.
Have you got any more?
Dawn in Buffy. You watch Buffy?
Yeah.
Dawn, when she turns up, and it's obviously a plot device.
Oh, right,
but his sister turns up, and she's really just annoying. Again,
Harriet the Spy.
Yeah, and then basically it ties into a bigger plot arc for that season. But then she just kicks around, and they don't know what to do with her.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a similar
really
theme.
annoying.
It's you introduce a character who initially has like a purpose, and then they're kind of
it's
stuck
like a good
in the plot,
idea, and then you're like, it's just another bit of baggage we've accumulated.
Dawn, like I don't think we have to worry about spoiling Buffy, but like Dawn is basically introduced. Isn't she like a demon?
She's like the key.
That's right. Yeah,
my memory of it's a bit fuzzy. I had to read up on it, but like she's introduced at the end of one season, like 4.
That's right.
It's like Buffy has a sister, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
She doesn't have a sister, and then you realise that it's an implanted memory.
Yeah.
So for
a lot of the season, she's like, "What are you doing in my room?"
Yeah.
Mom. And it's like,
and it's supposed to be like really like, what's happened?
Yeah.
And it's like everyone has been implanted with this memory that she's always been there. I think that's what.
I think that's kind of right.
Buffy, but
it's cool. Like I think it's a really good idea, and it's like it's
but then she's got to kick around for a few more seasons.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
But do you know what it really reminds me of? When I always remember it. It reminds me of the episode, the Simpsons episode with Poochie, and they've just got Roy hanging out with him. It's like, oh, now and again, where a show's getting lame, they introduce like a young hip character, and that's what kind of like she's basically Roy from the Simpsons.
It's like, just a bit younger.
Yeah. Laurie and Andrea from The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's a good one.
I really like The Walking Dead. I never remember the name of the characters.
So Laurie is Rick's wife.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
She's terrible.
Yeah. She was in Prison Break as well, wasn't she?
Andrea, yeah. And she's good in Prison Break. Andrea is the blonde woman who's basically, she's a really big thing with the governor.
Oh yeah.
Like
she's awful,
but also in the comics, possibly my favorite character. Like Andrea's my favorite character. She's like badass. She's really good. She makes like crazy, like really like heavy decisions. Whereas in the TV show, she's rubbish.
I like Merle. Is it called Merle, the brother? He's just like hangs around. Is he? Yeah, he's a cartoon of like his brother. Like the fact that Daryl is his brother. Yeah, and Daryl is a much more nuanced character. Merle is just.
Well, isn't that kind of the point that he's like?
What happened to him?
Side of, like,
is he dead now?
He is dead.
He's dead.
That's spoilers. Sorry.
Is it?
That happened quite recently.
No, it didn't.
Didn't it?
It happened like 2 seasons ago.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know. But do you want to know my worst one? And it's a character.
I know you're going.
It's a character in one of my favourite shows, or was my favourite show.
There's quite a lot of bad characters in this.
It's a British TV show called Jonathan Creek.
Oh, I thought you were going Dexter here.
Oh, no, I'm not going Dexter. I'm going Jonathan Creek. Jonathan Creek, when I was a kid, was one of my favourite TV shows. I look forward
to it so much every Saturday. Yeah. Once I hear the Dance Macabre, I'm like, this is amazing.
It's so good. Was he a detective? Was he a detective?
Whoa. He's
more a detective.
Come on, mate. If you want to belittle it and make it sound like some shit show.
I actually used to watch Poirot.
He lives in a windmill.
He lives in a windmill. He's got a duffel coat and he's a magician's ingénieur.
Yeah, so he's like one of the smartest people in the world.
Look at his face.
I can't deal with it.
But unfortunately, it's good because it's a sort of mystery show with really cool mysteries that he managed to solve in really cool ways.
I think I watched a couple episodes.
Good, because
my
really
girlfriend winds me up. It's like, oh, you like that? It's like Doc Martin, isn't it? I was like, no, it's not like Doc. It's not Doc Martin. And she knows it just winds me up. And it was like, he's brilliant. He's and then you have to. That's the problem with Jonathan Creek. You say it's brilliant, and then you have to explain what it is, and you see people's eyes just glaze over. Like,
I had this with Silicon Valley last week. Yeah. But then at the same time, like the really annoying thing about Jonathan Creek is it hits a point where it's like unwatchable.
Yeah, it goes. The latest series are awful. Like when Rick Mail starts showing up and it falls apart.
I like the Rick Mail episode.
He becomes a recurring character, doesn't he?
The first episode that he's in, though, yeah.
But yeah, when it's not Caroline Quentin, after season 3...
There is one episode with Sheridan... There's a couple of episodes with Sheridan Smith that I actually think is really good.
But problem with... We're getting off beaten track here, but later on, the mysteries are just not very good.
No, they're not, yeah. And that's the thing, like, it's got this, like, really good X-Files. It's kind of... I watch at the same time as watch the X-Files, and I will compare them early on. But the relationship between Caroline Quentin, who's, like, this, like, reporter, who's, like... I don't know how you can describe her. She's just annoying. Yeah. But she's annoying because they work really well together, and there's like this almost this is really good sexual chemistry between them. That's the same as Mulder. Like,
it's really not better than Mulder. Very British version of that was really awkward.
It's so
like,
fucking British.
Like Alan Davis is like. I just imagine. I wonder what an American would think of Jonathan Creek.
Well, it's funny you say that because the character that I hate in Jonathan Creek, and like I absolutely despise him, is Adam Klaus, the magician that Jonathan Creek works for. And I don't think he's played by an American, but he is an American character. Originally played by Anthony Stewart Head in the pilot, and he was brilliant, but obviously he went off to do Buffy, and we had this like pound shop Anthony Stewart Head basically.
What's so bad about this guy?
I've watched a couple of episodes recently, and he dates the show. The show is very dated. Like I tried claiming the other day that he doesn't date it at all.
For some reason, like he's the only thing that dates really well.
No, it's dated really badly, but he dates him more than anything. He's like this sort of like cigar chomping, like really like sexist, and just he's just not a very nice person. But at the same time, it's in a really like just creepy way, and
he's a magician?
Really 90s, and he's a magician. Yeah.
He's the magician that Jonathan Creek makes tricks for.
Yeah. But I think he is the worst character in a show that I properly love. Do you have any more?
I just want to talk about Jonathan Creek more. I like in the pilot episode when they go for an Indian.
Oh yeah,
you don't see that often on TV.
No, you don't.
Going for a curry,
very British
thing. Go for a curry during the middle of the day for lunch, and he does a trick.
He does a trick.
He tells the way to put a little thing under the pickle tray.
It's a really good because there's a couple of good mysteries in Jonathan Creek.
Sounds like Bear Park would love this. Is he a fan?
He's definitely watched it.
Yeah, but I don't know if he loves it as much as we do.
I don't think anyone loves it as much as you do.
We should do more Jonathan Creek content for the site. We should rank all the episodes. Just
let's do that.
Let's do it. Let's just come just like super niche. I love the idea of us publishing that on a Friday.
Yeah.
Just go home. Americans come in. What is this?
What's Jonathan Creek?
They've ranked all 32 episodes. They've done a video component.
We're doing that. I'm definitely doing it.